It's important to get our bearings on this primary character of today's gospel, the Canaanite woman. A few things for you to consider. Canaanites despised the Jewish people. The reason is that they were the original occupiers of Palestine, before it was Palestine, before the arrival of the Israelites with Moses. They were the original inhabitants of the land. And because the Israelites, through a number of wars, gained capture of the land, still the Canaanites, for centuries, abhorred the Israelites. That's the Canaanite woman. Number two, she lived in Tyre and Sidon. Tyre is still there. It's on the map. It's located in the northeast of ancient Palestine. It's on the Mediterranean Sea. Now look, it's important that she asked Jesus for something, and it's also important that Jesus would reply to her request by insinuating that she was a dog. For your consideration. A fellow by the name of Theodore Geisel had plenty of opportunity to do what the Canaanite woman did. In midlife, when he was in his mid-30s, he got a rather cockeyed notion that he wanted to publish a book. So he wrote the little book, and every time Theodore Geisel approached a publisher, it was rejected. 23 times his book was rejected. A humble person like the Canaanite woman, I think she was humble, is at peace with life's disappointments, I think. And a humble person like the Canaanite woman accepts her deficiencies. Have you ever felt disappointed in life? But Theodore Geisel kept trying. This is a true story. And on the 24th time, he went to another publisher, and they agreed to publish the book, a little book. And in the first publishing, it sold 6 million copies. Theodore Geisel's middle name is Seuss, Dr. Seuss. And that man has sold hundreds of millions of copies of his books around the world. The question and the challenge: did Dr. Seuss remain humble in his success? The Canaanite woman did. Some time ago, there was a middle-class struggling pharmacist who lived in Georgia. His last name was Pembleton. This has been a number of years ago. He came up with a tonic that he said would relieve minor pain and give a little boost of energy. It was an utter failure. He had plenty of opportunity to become humble because in his first year of peddling this stuff, he spent $75, which is a lot of money back then, in traveling around trying to peddle his tonic, and only made $50 that year. Well, take heart and be humble. Pembleton renamed his tonic, and he called it Coca-Cola. And it made him a gazillionaire. And his family, gazillionaires, by the way, they're Catholic. And now Coca-Cola is a Fortune 500 multinational business. I hope and pray that all the money Mr. Pembleton's family has inherited over the years, I hope they enjoy it, but I also hope that they remain humble. In fact, I think that they did, because a few years ago, the main heir of Coca-Cola donated their house to the Archdiocese of Atlanta. Little funny story. The Archbishop moved in, and Pope Francis got hold of that, and Pope Francis says, no. So they turned it into a retreat center. Granted, our levels of accomplishment in life, we've all had accomplishments in life. And our levels of accomplishment probably are not like Dr. Seuss or Mr. Pembleton. I don't know if there are any heirs of the Coca-Cola fortune living in Biloxi, but all of us have achieved some modicum of success in our lives. What is it for you? Those moments that we remember with great fondness, certainly we've all had successes. But brothers and sisters, unless we accept these gifts, these successes from God and our life achievements with some degree of humility, you know what we end up with? We end up with wanting only more. That's what we end up with. Without any humility, we're destined to be in spirit disappointed. So look at the Canaanite woman. She had the humility, knowing where she was and who she was. She went up to the Lord and even called him Son of David, recognizing the goodness of the Jewish faith. And Jesus even called and made reference that she was a dog. But I think Jesus knew what he was doing. I think he knew what he was doing, because that woman would not give up, boy. She said to the Lord of heaven and earth, Lord, even dogs eat the scraps that fall from their master's table. And when she said that, oh my goodness, boom, her daughter was healed. And then he said to her, woman, you have great faith. Having a sense of humility in our lives is being content with what has been assigned to us in life, what has been assigned to me and you in heaven and earth, and being able, in recognizing that and accepting that, being able to hear the Lord very clearly. Great is your faith.